Hello everyone, it's Wendy. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you've joined us, and I hope that this video will encourage you to subscribe to the channel for more. Today I'll be showing you how to make the popcorn flower granny to use in any project where you would use a granny square. You may want to use it in this popcorn flower crop top, and I'll show you how to do that as well. The link for the written pattern is in the description below. This pattern is a little unusual in that I'll be using two different weights of yarn. And it started all because I had these two yarns that I wanted to use together because I thought they worked so well. But the red-orange is a DK weight and the oceany multicolored one is a fingering weight. So for this pattern, you will need some number 1 weight yarn, fingering weight, sometimes it's called, and some number 3 or DK weight yarn. The amounts that you'll need to make the crop top in size small medium, large extra large, or 2X 3X are listed in the description as well. The popcorn flower granny has almost a 3D effect in the middle, and that's because of three things. First of all, I used a DK yarn for the flower, so a number 3 yarn, and a number 1 or fingering weight for the outside. Secondly, the stitch is a popcorn stitch, so it kind of stands out from the background. It curls around. And thirdly, the color really pops, and it's echoed a little bit in this other yarn. So I think it's a really nice effect that could be good for all kinds of things, whether it's a poncho or a sweater or a bedspread, anything you want to make. To make this square, start with a slip stitch on your hook. I'm using a 4mm hook for the entire square, for both the DK and the fingering weight yarn. Chain 4, and slip stitch in the first chain to join. Chain 1. Now find the center of that little tiny circle, and that's where you're going to work 8 single crochets. So put your hook in the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both of those. That's my second single crochet, 3 and 8, then slip stitch in the first one to join them together. For the second row, chain 4, and in that same stitch where you joined, work 3 more treble crochets. So the chain 4 counts as a treble. We're going to work 3 more by wrapping the yarn twice, go into the stitch, draw up a loop. Now you have 4 loops on the hook, pull through 2, 2, and 2. That's a treble crochet. Wrap twice, in, pick up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, 2, and 2. And a 4th treble. So you can see I have my chain of 4, my 3 trebles. Then take the hook out of that stitch, put it in the top chain of your starting chain, so the 4th one, and then pick up that loop again that you just dropped and pull that one through the top of the first chain. And that makes like a bubble effect or a popcorn effect. Then chain 4 and work 4 treble crochets in the next single crochet. Once again, drop the loop off the hook, go back to the first treble crochet, put your hook through the top of it, grab the one you just dropped, and pull it through. Chain 4. Repeat that in each of the single crochets around until you have 8 petals, and then chain. And then after the 8th petal, chain 4 and join to the top of the first petal with a slip stitch. Next, join your second yarn, your fingering weight yarn. I like to go back 2 petals from where I joined, and you'll be working in the top of each petal here. Look for the first of the 4 chains, so this one. I'm going to put my hook in there, grab the slip stitch, pull it through, pull a loop through to anchor it, and now you've joined to the top of that petal. In that same stitch, work a single crochet. Then we're going to work this sequence around the outside of the flower. In the space, work a half double crochet by picking up a loop, going around, picking up another one, so you have 3, and draw through all 3. Then 2 double crochets, and 2 treble crochets. Chain 2, skip over into the next space after the petal, and reverse that. So 2 treble crochets, 2 double crochets, and a half double crochet. Sorry, I'm a little more awkward when I'm trying to work over top of the end so I don't have to sew it in later. Then in the top of the next petal, look for that first chain in the 4 chains, single crochet in the top of that petal, then work that same sequence again. Half double, 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 treble, treble, chain 2, skip into the next space, treble, treble, double, double, half double, and single crochet into the top of the petal. Repeat that sequence twice more over the next 4 petals. And then at the end, slip stitch into your first single crochet to join. Your first round of the second color should look like this. Turns a round flower into more of a square shape. So here I've slip stitched into the first single crochet, and we're going to start on the next round. It begins with a chain of 6. That counts as a treble crochet and 2 chains. Then find your middle stitch in that series. So that'll be right there. It'll have 2 on either side. It'll have a half double and a double. Then I'm going to go into this double, and on this side are the 2 trebles. So in that middle stitch, the third one of the 5, work a double crochet, then chain 2, and in the corner work 3 trebles, 3 chains, and 3 trebles. Okay, so the corner looks like that. Chain 2, double crochet in the center stitch again. So the first one is here. It sometimes likes to hide underneath that corner one, but it's right there. So that's 1, 2, 3. The third one is there. Double crochet in that third one, or center stitch of that group. Chain 2, treble crochet in the single crochet that's at the top of the petal. Then chain 2, double crochet in the middle stitch, chain 2, and work a corner sequence as we did the last one. 3 trebles, 3 chains, 3 trebles. Then I'm going to work the same sequence I did from this point. So chain 2, double crochet in the middle stitch, chain 2, treble crochet in the single crochet here, chain 2, double crochet in the middle stitch, chain 2, and work a corner sequence. And I'll do the same thing twice to get me over to this corner, and then I'll show you how to finish it up. After the last double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch in the 4th chain of your starting chain to join like that. Now we're going to do the last round, which is a solid treble crochet round with 3 chains in the corners. To start, do a chain of 4, then work 2 trebles in the chain 2 space, and you'll work 2 trebles in each of the chain 2 spaces and 1 in each of the other stitches. So you'll have a treble in each stitch. Okay, so chain of 4, 2 trebles in the space, 1 treble in this double crochet, 2 trebles in the space, a treble in each of these corner stitches, then in the corner space, just like we did below, 3 trebles, 3 chains, 3 trebles. Okay, and you'll work like that the rest of the way around. So in each of the stitches work a treble, and in each of the spaces work 2 of them. Don't lose this first one. It's going to be right next to these ones that you put in this space, right there. It's just before the body of the stitch, right? So just watch that you don't accidentally miss that first one. And work trebles all the way around. And in the corners, 3 trebles, 3 chains, 3 trebles. At the end, you should have 92 treble crochets around your popcorn flower square, 23 on each side, and 3 chains in each corner. Then simply slip stitch to the top of your starting chain or pull that thread through and make an invisible join with a yarn needle by going under the V of the first stitch here and then back into the stitch that you just came out of, like so. Then work the thread off on the back and you can put these squares together in any configuration you like. Then it's time to sew your squares together. For the crop top, you will need the number of squares corresponding to the size you're making. So for a small medium, you'll need 30 granny squares. For a large extra large, you'll need 44, and for a 2x 3x size, you'll need 74. I'm putting the schematics on the screen for how these are assembled. Just follow the drawings for putting the squares together, and you'll notice it's pretty straightforward. You're just leaving 2 of them out for the neckline and putting the rest of them together in a group. And then under the arm, you're going to put in 2 squares that hold the front and the back together. So just stitch them in on the dashed lines shown on the schematic on the screen. Now once again, if you'd like the written pattern, it's available for a couple of dollars at the link in the description below. So once you have all those together, your crop top will be ready to wear and perfect for those days when you just need an extra layer. I hope that you enjoyed learning how to make the popcorn flower granny and that you will try this crop top for yourself. Drop me a comment if you like this project and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Thanks so much for joining me and have a super day.